Hello everyone, Heading over here, and today we are doing the update for the second day. I'm not going to do this many updates when the league is a little bit more ahead, but right now I am a level 85, still Flicker Strike. Nothing has changed much apart from this. I have gotten of course some Wyvern stance to not get stunned. I don't have many defensive in my gear itself, in bronze, gold, etc, etc. We do run right now 8 endurance charges and Arctic armor, making us very durable against physical things. I don't have a lot of life either. I'm going to get life, of course, eventually from these parts here, and some other points that I'm missing. Not super important. Our damage right now is not huge, even when I have a bronze, because I'm still on a 4 link. Eventually, of course, I will get a 5 link and 6 link. And for that, we are still using, of course, also Terminus Est. We will eventually also change to a real two-handed weapon, but not yet. We need a lot of currency. I'm going to show you some gameplay now while I talk a little bit. Basically, as a Flicker Strike, nothing crazy has changed about the build itself. If you have never seen a Flicker Strike build in Path of Exile 1, it's nothing huge. The difference, of course, between Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 is going to be that you can actually spam Flicker Strike in Path of Exile 1, and you have some attack speed, and depending on your weapon and things, you get those extra frenzy charges. Now, as you might expect, the build itself, if you don't have good weapon and other things, damage can be a little bit lacking. Of course, this map, it's a tier 6, nothing crazy. It also has extra life and life as energy shield, making mobs quite a little bit tankier than usual. Of course, as you might also know, Delirium gives them also some tankiness. But let me take my head off here so you can actually see the life. My life doesn't go down a lot, apart when I get a bleeding and some old poison also, because if you already know, vulnerability, it's not the best curse to have while you are doing maps in Path of Exile 1. Kinda dangerous. I don't really mind that much because remember, now we have 6 portals. 6 portals means that I can die sometimes, even more while I'm leveling. And for that, the build itself, of course, as an ancestral commander, we have 1 extra hit and some extra range on that. If you really skint your eyes and kind of think about that, you can also see the ancestral thingy repeating some hits. Of course, another thing about having the goal is if you get an acceleration shrine like this one, you go ballistic. And this is also going to be my goal when I get more gear, to get this level of attack speed, likely with blitz charges and other things. So I destroy mobs really well. And for the damage itself, as you can expect from a 4 link, nothing crazy, but also it's also not that bad for being in tier 6 maps to have this level of, let's say, survivability. Because if you think about it, this is like with Delirium and with curses and extra things on my head. Now, this time, I'm also not going to put a path of building because it's the same thing as before. If you want, you can copy my character. It's the I'm leaving the name on the description and also other things, but it's nothing crazy. My links are, let me show you them now, are multi-strike, is critical, momentum, and flicker. Why momentum instead of faster attack or something like that? You can also plus close combat or things, also because it's not easy to get a lot of red on bronze. Eventually, you can do the trick. I'm just going to use blanchings and then look what I do afterwards. Momentum is really good because as flicker, you count as being, let's say, standing So you get that extra attack speed. Of course, one thing that you can also do is what I'm going to eventually do is use close combat here or another support, and then instead of getting that extra attack speed, you can just get some extra damage. Nothing bad by itself, and you can look at me here that I go from 1 to 4 fast. Nothing crazy. Or maybe it just doesn't work, but it has been working kind of fine for me. And then we will see about that. That was everything I want to say. Don't want to really make the video longer than it needs to be. I also have a tincture that has crit. Remember, tinctures are things that were on affliction, and now they kind of came back on settlers. Nothing crazy, just some increased effect. Ideally, you get some critical strike multiplier on this, but yeah, I don't really need to care that much about this. So that was the update itself. We're still tracking. If you know if the momentum thing works 100%, you can take that. Meanwhile, I'm going to just change it to close combat or keep it. I don't know, just keep leveling just to see it. I will see you on the next video.